Like that is the 17th of August.
It's 17th of August, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are 14 days left in the month of
So,
August.
yeah.
And then we're going to get to the 31st. And then, after that, it's done. September, you get into the ember months. And then once you get into the ember months, you're done.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How was your weekend?
Beautiful.
Is it?
Yes.
What did you not do?
What did I not do? Okay, I think question is what did I do?
No, my question is what did you not do?
I didn't do what I
Now,
wasn't
in order
supposed
to
to do.
find out what you didn't do, then you must now.
So I wasn't. I didn't do what I wasn't supposed to do.
Oh, okay. So you behaved yourself. Essentially, is what we're saying.
Yes, but I spent the weekend with amazing, beautiful people. MashaAllah. Gotta love it.
Well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Gotta love it.
And the assumption is that you behaved yourself.
I did.
Very good.
I did.
This is what we aim for.
And you,
strive
how was
for in
your
our life.
weekend?
It was okay. It was chilling, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I got a lot of research in, so I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's jolly. A step a day closer to Daktari.
Yep.
Yeah. Blina far.
We'll get there. And then we got into the weekend. Of course, you got to look at what happened politically and all of this. And I'm already tired. I don't think we can get tired because you know what? We still have a long way to go. Whereas we know that the campaigning period opens from May, June, July, and then into after that you're done.
Yeah.
It seems as though political temperatures are already quite hot, and we'll be discussing a number of those things today. So good morning, everybody. Haven't had a chance to see Marion, but I know that she's here. How are you? You're fine. Fantastic. She's even smiled, so that's great. Okay, so we're getting into the program this morning. This is the Situation Room. Dennis Atol, Aseto, and Ndru Oko. With you this morning, let me let you know what our conversations will be. Hoping everybody did have a good weekend. We'll then be able to hear from you at some point this morning. Sawa. Our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. And a very good morning to our audience who's tuned in on KTN. And then, of course, there was a lot of sports action this weekend.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. Cameroon in the WAFCON.
Did that
thing.
Beautiful.
Man,
That was beautiful.
the Cameroonian goalkeeper just showed the world the stuff that she was made of. She deserved that trophy. My God. I just want to say that those women played some beautiful football that culminated in the final of the WAFCON. So Cameroon, you well deserved. And they did a fantastic job. And then now that we'll not be able to hear what the Premier League officially comes to, opens with the Community Shield yesterday played between Arsenal and Manchester City. And Arsenal showed up.
Yep.
They're still in their winning ways, it would appear.
So Community Shield is home, eh? Community Shield.
Yes.
Okay.
That's essentially the match that you used to kick off the Premier League.
Yeah.
So that was fun to see. So that's kind of like what the weekend looked like. And then Homa Bay. Well, yeah. A lot of things will be said. And I think maybe we can just prepare ourselves for those many things that will be said.
Yeah.
For us to give information and to then, analyze, comment on. But at the end of the day, we need to be going towards a place where it's going to actually be for the people, for better for the people. So based on that, let me tell you what our conversations are going to look like today. It is Monday, so we're going to end it with Dear Mr. President. That happens this morning and at 9 o'clock. So we'll have a conversation with the president at 9, and we're going to be looking at whether democracy is under threat. Is it under threat? And first of all, maybe we're going to be defining what democracy is. We throw it around like, it sounds nice, democratic, operating within the democratic space, living out the elements and tenets of democracy. But do we really understand what that is? And if we do, then you can ask the question about whether it is actually under threat. We'll have that conversation with Mr. President at 9 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, Rallies, Goons in 2027 is political violence back. Frederick Okango is the strategic advisor, and Dr. Peter Mbai is the Secretary for Planning and Economic Affairs with DCP. I don't think is even a question. Is Goonism back? Yes, it is. I don't even think that it went anywhere for the longest time. It's back. And are Kenyans going to be accepting of this? It's a conversation that we will have at 8. We're going to start off our conversations this morning with the Professor Peter Kagwanja, who's the CEO of the Africa Policy Institute. 2027 tensions. The tension is rife, people. You can actually cut it with a knife. From partners to political rivals, realignments and betrayals. Let's have that conversation with Professor Kagwanja at 7. And so that's what it looks like. You know what? These conversations will help us align, inform, and educate ourselves about the things that are going on. And it'll also help us to then make decisions moving into the very near future. So Karibuni Sana, thank you for being here this morning. Always lovely to have you. Talk to us in a little bit about where you're tuned in from and join us in this conversation this morning. I think that everybody listening from where they are is in the right place. So Karibuni Sana. And as we get into it, I'm curious as to which country you've taken us to this week.
It's just a country called Mauritius.
Oh, just over here.
Aputu Simbali. So it is Indian Ocean coast, around 800 kilometers off Madagascar. Now, capital city is Port Louis. Port Louis. Port Louis. The country's main commercial and administrative center is what you're being told, and it is famous for something called dodo bird. Famous dodo.
The extinct
bird.
dodo.
Yes, it was the only home of the dodo and flightless bird that became extinct in the late 1600s. What do you think happened in the 1600s that the dodo disappeared?
I don't know. I think it just wasn't. I think people may have actually hunted it.
Yep.
Because from what we hear, it was a big bird. I think people hunted it, and then people did not, at that time, maybe in terms of what needed, there was never the imagination that this thing would go out or extinct. And I think that people also or animals then left it vulnerable for other animals to hunt their eggs. And because it was a flightless bird, then it was easy to
It was easy to hunt. It was easy to just get rid of it pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. People, we're just the distraction this world knows, Let's just be honest. But the problem that we get from the people of Mauritius and would relate to what happened to that bird. Wrong doesn't become right and evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by a majority.
Wrong doesn't become right and evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by a majority. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter whether we're going to all come here and talk about, it's the way we do things. Yeah. It's acceptable because that's the modus operandi. No, it is wrong. It is wrong. And I think that the sooner we embrace that and continue to pursue this path towards just doing the right thing, I think that we'll be better for it. Yeah. I think oftentimes you say, what is wrong? And I think what is wrong is that we fail to do right.
Yeah. So
often that the wrong becomes right, and it's not, and we shouldn't be accepting of it.
Yeah,
I think that that's a proverb with a moral lesson this morning.
Yeah, I mean, just be a good person, do good, because like we keep saying, right? It starts wrong. You get. When it starts wrong, everything just becomes wrong. There is no day when something that started wrong will be right.
Yeah,
that's number one. Number two, each and every single person knows what is right and what is wrong. If you can insert the correct pin in your phone, you can insert the correct pin in your ATM card. Imagine the difference between right and wrong. Yeah. Simple.
It's a choice that you make.
It's a choice that you
make. To go in one direction or another. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something?
Yeah.
Apart from that.
Did you say we're having a conversation with Kenyans at 9?
Yes.
Chinese did? Okay.
Dear Mr. President. I did. Okay. Well, perhaps. It's okay. I guess we're on time. It feels weird. There you go. There's a proverb in living color. All right. So very good morning to everybody. Where is it that you're tuned in from this morning? You might come in later and find that we've moved on. Shockaroo. But anyway, let's say hello to you this morning. Tell us where it is that you're tuned in from. Don Sabo says, good morning, Ndwanaseto. Good morning to you. Buonaseto.
Yes.
Unaulizwa?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if it's a question, but here we go. Yep. Oh, no. is how we are starting this question. Homa Bay was dusty on. It was potholed, incomplete, boulders all over. Name it, it was hell. Yes. Is that being in government or bread-based?
Let me tell you, it's a good thing that they actually blocked the highways.
Right.
You know why? Because then they have been exposed for exactly who they are. You get what I mean? Individuals who are here saying we are in government, these individuals who've been in elective positions for a very long time, their responsibility is to give the people development that they rightfully so deserve, or lobby for that development to get there. That we saw what we saw, you know what? Good thing you actually blocked the roads, because now we see you for who you exactly are. Am I allowed to say useless? Useless when it comes to championing for development that should come to your people.
Oh, but come on, they told us already that the reason why this broad-based agreement was in place is because now you see development coming to places where you never saw it before. Now, if anything, if from what we saw yesterday is anything to go by, then you can actually kick the whole thing out and say, well, the broad-based government doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Just on that example alone. I'm just saying.
And I think if there is any leader who says we are in broad-based government for development to come to us, they do not understand that as a legislator, you are in charge of budgeting and allocation of resources. You have the power to bring a motion in the House to summon the cabinet secretary for roads, for transport, to ensure that these things come to your area.
But we don't need to do that because we have a broad-based.
You see? That's the idiocy that does exist, because broad-based is not above the law.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let us see them for who they are. It's a good thing they actually blocked that road, because the world would not have seen this.
That is very true.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting ride ahead, because we've been told all this time that development has... In fact, the governor for Homa Bay talked about the fact that she is very impressed with this, because now we've seen development come to Homa Bay in a way in which it had never... been seen before. So now that's the development that we're talking about.
The bay is
Get yourself another bay, Homer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Henry says, good morning, Spice. Tulikuwa Homa Bay. When minds unite and share a common purpose, they create a force capable of overcoming massive challenges and changing the world. Sisi Sifuna are moving together. Yep. All right. Peter Kiarie says, good morning. Stop wishing your life was better. Be better. Act better. Speak better. Eat better. Move better. Start today. Peter, I just love you, because I think that speaks to me also, because I had a moment over the weekend where I was lamenting, and I can be better. If I can be better in everything that I do, then perhaps everything will just be better.
You know, it also makes sense to me, because pretty much as we came to the close of last week, you know exactly where I was at, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Perfect, because it's just a reset button. You're like, you know what? At the end of the day, you don't need to dwell in things that bring you down. Be the bigger person. Look at the bigger picture. Smile. Be with those that you love.
True.
Yep.
I agree. On the Be Better, 100% Peter. Simon Kibiru says, good morning, Spices. New day and new week. Waiting for today's great conversation. Homa Bay. Where? Hey, if that's your bay.
Yeah.
James says, hello. As a bad breath, insincerity hard to hide. Is hard to hide, I guess what you're trying to say. If the KK regime really means well in sports, why is Kirigiti Stadium, which they found complete, remain closed until tomorrow? Or someone already ate the tithe? Okay, James. Bwangi Juma says, good morning, SpiceFM. How are you all this morning? We're fine, thank you. Thanks be to God, we arrived safely from Yemen to Homa Bay. Oh my God. In order to understand this statement, you have to be well aware of things that are going on.
Yeah.
To Homa Bay voters, do the overhaul. Hakuna kiongozi, all are lords of poverty, is what you're saying this morning. Robert Mbogo says, good morning, everybody tuned in from Mombasa. Kimiak, good morning. Says, yesterday, the people of Homa Bay went to collect their president from goons and deliver him. That was a reminder to all of us that nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanza administration. Good morning.
Kimiak.
Kisa Daniel says, good morning, Spice family. Gladys Anaringa na Homa Bay kunakaa kama Nepal. Have you? Where? Nepal was just chilling. Boba Coco says, good morning, Spice team. Ndu and Dennis. This is Dennis, not Denise. Okay. Denise would be his twin sister.
It's okay.
But it's okay. Bob, listening all the way from Kendu Bay. Another bay.
Yeah,
hey, another bay.
Is in Homa Bay.
It's in Homa Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Now, we didn't know why Wanga and Kaluma and their cohorts didn't like the Linda Mwananchi team in Homa Bay. Zero performance. Oh, now we know why. All right. I see. Get it, Bob. Wakapiela Luhimbo says, good morning, my favorite station. As usual, tuning from Darren TZ. I'm here full charge for the day and the week. Looking forward to the conversations, especially today. Especially today, following the weekend political drama. We'll follow it. Miss 1982, I see you. Good morning, happy new week, Spices, the beautiful princess and the couture gentleman, Aseto, Tulambe Glucose, and do this once more. Let's go. Washari Anjero says, good morning, Team Spice. Ndu and Dennis watching from Portland in Oregon. Cry, my beloved country. Yeah, unfortunately. Hello, Princess Ndu and Aseto, says Leo. Can the students in secondary school be given tours to university that offer their career paths and experience what they are learning and what to expect from the exams? I think that is actually a brilliant idea. Yes. And in progressive jurisdictions, this is actually what you have going on. It should actually happen for you to have conversations with them. Roger Nyange says, good morning, tuning from Bidikani in Voi. Goons here, goons there. It's goon land. Expecting another warning, threatening Rigathi Nahuru, downplaying the goon threats to the motherland. That's what's going to happen. Monday is bound to be very interesting. Yeah. Christina says, good morning. Has politics ever made you hate yourself? Well, since yesterday, I've hated my roots. I wonder why my mother left all tribes. Akajipata kwa my tribe. My tribe is evil. I'm ashamed. Why, Christina? Even though tunamuka leo asubuhi. Small, oh, my sister, I beg. Just take it easy. Hate is a very, very strong word. But let's see. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Okay? Let's talk about it this morning. We will. And we'll see how we can maybe offer up a glimmer of hope then moving into the next couple of days. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, SpiceFM team. The water cannons used against protesters cost 16 to 20 million shillings. Can fire hot water at protesters? High intensity led to temporarily blind protesters. Nothing like the fire department though. Okay, Tibbs. Wanda says, good morning. Nduana Seto from Toronto. Haitian gang started as political goons who outgrew their patrons to become the criminal syndicates today. They act as a parallel state. Kenya didn't see this. This is the thing.
Yeah.
You have to see that these ingredients that you're seeing playing out in Kenya were recipes for disaster in many parts of the world where until now are being called quasi-failed states.
Yes.
You can't ignore it. And the nature of the violence that people can be paid to instigate this kind of violence is just, to me, it's crazy.
Guys, it starts wrong.
Be better. Why? Yeah, that's what we're looking at, guys. Well, we're going to talk about a lot of these things this morning and maybe just kind of like see if we can reset this thing and bring us to book. Sawa. All right. Eric Orr says, good morning, guys. Abdi Zakali says, good morning. New week, an opportunity to improve watermelons and waves. What are you saying? Christina says, instead of affordable housing in Homa Bay, ni si wajengewe barabara. Afadhali zetu za kwa, we go for shopping in Sophia shopping center kwa Lami. I've been to that specific Sophia shopping center. Yeah. Don't even ask me, but I know. It's not too far from Ngoli, but don't ask me how I know.
Okay.
But we just keep it moving.
Let's move.
Rose Grace says, good morning, Nduana Seto. Blessed week ahead, dear ones, and to you too. Mad Max scenes like yesterday, I tell you, it was crazy. Yeah. Osana Emily says, good morning. Primitivity at its best displayed in Homa Bay. How has the leadership benefited with all, if not rotten eggs splashed on their faces? Great week ahead. And to you too. Nyandika says, good morning. Good people here. Dusty Homa Bay made my goons not recognize me. Karibu wanikamate. All right. Happy New Week, Mutuflani. I'm not calling for another region. Yeah, man. It is defeating the greater purpose of achieving a greater Kenya, and we lead to further digging our heels. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
it's a little too messy to keep quiet, guys. Good morning from Yeri, says Gathua Gashoga. Good morning to you, Gashora. Irene Kenywa says Homa Bay rewards equals goons plus their fees equals Okalau equals development. I'm not sure about that math, but okay. Paulo says good morning. At least Linda Mwananchi made us see the remote side of Homa Bay, the Yemen side of Kenya. Yikes. Nancy Abura says good morning, Team Spice. Watu HB, how are you? HB ni wa Homa Bay.
Homa Bay.
So what we're talking about today. Mnachafua the 6 with dust. Shame on you. I like how you spelled shame on you. Washo Gachocho says, good morning, my darling Ndu. And I said, good morning, Washo. Truth and morality are not decided by popularity. It is a reminder to have the courage to stand by your principles, even when you are standing in the minority. Kabisa. Oh, man, Washo, you've said it.
Yeah.
You might find like you're an island. Stand on it. It doesn't matter. It will pay. I think there's a phrase. I really love that phrase in Kiswahili. Itajipa. That's what it will pay.
Yeah, it will pay.
It'll pay. It will pay. Faith Sander says, good morning. Did you get another Bay, Homa? I did.
Yeah.
You did. It's funny, isn't it? Faith, good morning. Good morning to Ndana Sato, she says. Irene Kenywa says, good morning. Homa Bay, tunataka power through our brothers selling birthrights. Marley Paul says, what we need most is peace. You will understand that when you are in the tourism industry that thrives in a peaceful environment. And the moment you have chaos, all the tourists will disappear and we go. Yes, that's true.
Takawiri.
It's an element of it, but it is very true.
Takawiri is in Homa Bay, right? Just saying.
All right.
Just saying.
Dennis Mramba says, good morning, Bele. Good morning, Bele, and the best of civic educators. Keep up the good work. What is being experienced in Kenya is a very early warning for the country going to the dogs. The KK administration knows. Somebody knows, that's for sure. Ernest Shipale says, good morning. Please check on radio signals. It's not working in Kantafu, Kangundo Road. Allah, you're in Nairobi. We're going to assume that you're in Nairobi. You should be fine. 94.4, bro. Try that. Sawa. Drift Session says, good morning. Bay Area, welcome to Kenya. Which Bay?
Homa Bay.
Homa Bay. Yeah. Good morning, my lovely people. Tuned in from 001. I was disappointed by my country leadership, says engineer Julius Opan. Why hire goons to block roads for other leaders? Convince people, but don't force them to support your peers. And I think for me, that is political maturity, where you understand that if you're truly pushing an agenda that makes sense, you are not going to need to mudsling or counter the other.
You don't.
Let anybody say what they want to say. If you're standing on business, you don't have to worry about what anybody else says.
Yeah.
But the mere fact that you want to stop them from coming means that perhaps you're a bit...
Lazima leo tuambiwe.
It stinks, guys.
It stinks.
It does. And I'm going to say it again. If it is not handled, then you know where you are.
Yes.
And then you can decide what to do about whether you're going to change address or whether you're going to remain here.
Yes.
That it should be applied across board is the thing. And I know we'll be talking about that today. On page 2, Linda Mwananchi breaks through Homa Bay barriers to hold rallies. The rallies were still held is what we are being told and what we see. What did Gashagwa say yesterday? He said Homa Bay naka nini? What did he say?
Yemen.
It's Yemen. It's the way he said it and I was like, wow. Okay. From running for glory to running out of hope for a son. Even Kibet, a Kenyan athlete, was captured by Ukrainian forces after joining Russia's war. His mother now pleads with the government to help her bring Kibet home alive from Ukraine. Yes, I'm going to stop there because bring him home. Chief Security, Super CS, Prime Cabinet Secretary.
Wait.
And Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Thank you.
CS Ministry of Foreign Affairs went and had a meeting with his Russian counterpart, one Mr. Pavlov. And you had agreed, Abi, we should bring this boy home now. I beg. Come on. Some of these things, no, we cannot continue to deal like this. It's not good, I beg. And so now she's crying, worried about her son.
Yeah.
The story by Standard Team on page 4, it says, shame as Gladys Wanga Kaluma unleashed violence against freedom. So is it a violence against Mwananchi team, Linda Mwananchi team, or was it violence against freedom? To then be able, because come on, let me ask you something. And this is for anybody, by the way. I don't care what political side, whatever side you're on. What is the problem in going and holding a rally wherever to just see? But if I try to stop you, it could mean one of two things. Number one, I don't want you to gain popularity in that area or establish any kind of foothold. Number 2, I am actually ashamed of my position and what I have or have not done, and I wouldn't want you in any way to counter it.
I think the latter.
Or both could actually be true.
Yeah, that too. Because you want to maintain the status quo. Because remember, these are the very same people who are also fighting for what exactly? Zoning. Now you understand why zoning is a conversation piece?
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah.
Because what on earth? Muturi presses IEBC to deliver a credible election. And I think during the LSK Gala dinner in Diani, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna spoke directly to Ethicon, and he said, you think now the people who are holding you to account, you think it's hot? You wait until next year, the election. It is going to get hotter. Otieno Kadro used to say, it's getting hotter. It's going to be hotter. Essentially is what they're being told. So it seems like he's getting a lot of pressure to get this and get it done right. Animal Farm. If you can read Animal Farm by George Orwell, you should actually read that book, because you will then be able to have a playbook for a lot of political scenarios in the country at the moment. That's where we are. Leaders decry selective fight on incitement. Yes, NCIC. Hello. Kukuruku. It's morning. Yes. We can understand that maybe it was. Come on. You need to not just pronounce yourself on certain things, but you actually need to keep it moving. 2 billion shilling graph files. EACC lays bare details of stolen public money. Really? Okay. What next? Second-term governors face political gamble ahead of the polls. A lot of them want to come back as senators. And there's a healthcare crisis. Patients die. Hello?
Yep.
Patients die as state, counties keep wobbling. When it gets here, there's a problem. The strike has been on for 79 days. Medical staff, including nurses and clinical officers in public health service institutions across the country, have held back their services because you just cannot do what you said you would do. Period. You can paint it, color it, put it upside down, bake a cake with it. At the end of the day,
you didn't do
Uncle, it's very simple. You did not do what you said they were going to do.
Yeah. Now let's talk about universal healthcare. Where is it?
It's under the table.
When you're being told patients are dying, simply because you decided not to do what you promised, what you signed on, what is legal, and what is binding.
Ibrahim Isa talks about corruptions, other quiet face that Kenya has refused to see. Get a copy of the Standard this morning, folks. Hey, I'm already tired, Jama. I'm tired. I'm tired.
You think you are?
Hey.
The connection.
All right.
Battle for Raila's tough. And you're talking about defense, where the Linda Mwananchi Brigade, led by Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, defied goon attacks and road barricades to storm Homa Bay town for the breakaway ODM faction's inaugural rally in the county. The dramatic showdown intensifies the battle for the stronghold of veteran opposition leader Raila Odinga, who died last October, between the Orange Party faction opposed to President William Ruto's re-election and its pro-government rival. Inside, we see pictures of Senator Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, and Karoli Omondi as they were addressing locals in Homa Bay County. Now, housing levy defaulters face bank accounts and PIN freezes. New law gives the Kenya Revenue Authority enforcement powers as authorities crack down on those failing to pay statutory levy meant to fund the government's affordable housing program. Usipolipa?
Utalipa.
Now, usipolipa tunakuzima. That pretty much. But what happens if someone genuinely has been pressed and is unable to?
I don't know. But you see, this is the housing levy is cut directly from your pay.
From your pay, yeah.
So there's no question about unable to. That's why they do it.
Yeah, so what are they saying? So is it on employer failing to remit?
Maybe on the employer failing to remit.
Okay. Looming Nairobi chaos as City Hall staff strike. It is not looming.
Why did they strike?
Because they have not been paid. It is on page 12.
All right. So that money that they were talking about last week, they've not paid them yet? Okay, very good.
Nairobi.
But your friend.
My friend.
Just, in fact, one of the Homa Bayans.
Yeah.
one of the Homa babies, said that last week, the one who is in charge of the national purse said that they were removing money to send to the counties. Abi? Also?
The very same one who said, nikitoka hapa pesa itakuwa. The very same one.
The one who said next week we're going to pay teachers and invigilators.
That one?
Yeah, Homa Bay.
Okay.
Homa Bay
is not paying people. Now, teachers protest against TSC social media gag rules. What do you think about that rule?
I think there should be freedom of expression. And that teachers are humans too. Hashtag free teachers. There we go. I've already started it this morning. Let them be, man. As long as you're operating properly, leave them alone.
Yeah, I mean, for those where you'd see it clearly, there is a conversation here to be held. Handle it. But don't come up with the blanket condemnation of teachers who are doing an amazing job, you know. So I'm just, especially at this generation where your kids are on social media every other day.
Just in case TSC has their head in the sand, like the ostrich, the entire world is on social media.
Yeah.
You cannot say you shouldn't be. Perhaps you should talk about guidelines or requirements within which you can operate. But in this day and age, you're saying that people should not. Hashtag free teachers on social media.
Yes. Hashtag.
Yeah, that's my hashtag of the day.
Odenga, Orengo declares self-remaining Railas as Nyanza battle heats up. Wow. How Linda Mwananchi outsmarted roadblocks to enter Homa Bay. There's someone here who said... Gladust is very shameful. Outrage over brazen attack on journalist at Homa Bay. So nations, Odhiambo, AFP's Oko and Ongoro faced brutality, hostility. AFP's Oko actually was beaten up. His camera was taken.
Yeah.
You know, because he was covering the same. One asked the question, what is it that they did not want the world to see? You know, what are you hiding? Because you know very well you've not delivered to the people of Kenya. Now, judiciary rolls out new curriculum for 2027 election. Now, courts handled 219 petitions after the 2022 contest, underscoring the scale of readiness for next year's disputes. So, yeah, there you go. The judiciary as well is getting ready for the elections. They expect a lot of petitions to end up at their doors, so they're getting ready.
Good.
Now, debt. Angry youth and a divided nation. Tough road awaiting post-2027 president. Whoever wins next year's elections will inherit 13 trillion in debt and 700 billion shillings in pending bills. Dire economic situation. So it is 13.7 trillion Kenya shillings because pending bills is debt.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes.
So it is not just 13. It's actual, I think it's 14 because it's also not just plain 13 trillion. So we are in 14 point something trillion Kenya shillings in terms of debt.
Okay.
Ni hayo tu kwa sasa from the Daily Nation.
Where? Even though tunaanza Monday.
Even though tunaanza.
Now, cheap spirits, boom. No, not the spirit for...
Holy Spirit.
And not that spirit for the one who is lurking under your bed. Not those cheap ones that you buy. The cheap spirits, these ones that you imbibe. Inside Kenya's fake alcohol business. You people are drinking jet fuel. I beg. Just be very careful. Something is burning up your insides. There's a 203 billion shilling shadow market, and it's threatening lives, taxes, and legit businesses. And they're saying that, you know, this cheap liquor is in the market. Yeah. It's destroying people. It's destroying businesses. And it's also not working for taxes. You know, the tax man doesn't like this too much. Attempts by suspected goons to disrupt rally thwarted. Everybody's reporting on this. So everybody, I guess, can see it. Yeah. That it was clear what the goons were meant to do. The goons did not wake up on Sunday morning and say, let's go see what's happening on the roads, guys. And let's go put rocks in the streets.
Yeah.
No, they were organized.
Yep.
They were arranged. They were planned. They were paid. That this continues to be modus operandi for quelling political rivalries, there is a problem. I will continue to say it. There is a problem. Yeah. And it doesn't look good. But what are we being told? The attempts were thwarted and people came into Homa Bay and they had a conversation. Yes. The people came out in Homa Bay to say something. Musalia is talking not about bringing Kenyan kids back home from the war. He's telling Ruto that come 2027, we'll deliver Western votes.
Shame.
To you.
Shame.
I just wanted...
By the way, EBC, just so you know, it is not yet campaign season.
Yes, just in case. IEBC actually announced that campaign season is between May 10th and August 1st, I believe, 7th, something next year.
And cabinet secretaries, including the prime cabinet secretary, should not be campaigning because they are there to serve Kenyans.
Sindio?
Okay. Yeah.
Just checking.
Just checking.
In case you are aware, you are the I keep forgetting. Prime Cabinet Secretary. Also the CS Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You've also been sat on the board of this Nairobi beatification process. You've also been given essentially the roles that used to be the deputy president at IBEC. I'd say you have a pretty full tray, sir, and that there are certain things perhaps you should be paying a little bit of attention
like
to.
Bringing Kenyans who are stuck in Ukraine back home.
Peut-être. Now, you've also now given yourself another job that you now said, the Western vote. We give it to you. Hey, when will you handle the things that are necessary? I just wanted to say that people are still coming back from the Middle East in boxes.
In boxes, yeah.
All right? Okay.
Swali ilikuwa ni even in the already given jobs that he has, yeah?
Those are 4 already.
What has he done? Show me. So that even this one that is now saying he will deliver for President William Ruto, if I have already seen that delivery is 0.
Should I count them again for you? He's the Prime Cabinet Secretary. That means he's the big daddy of all the CSs.
Yeah.
Then he's also the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Then he sits on Nairobi. Those people who are going to make Nairobi beautiful again, 80 billion.
IBEC.
And then now he's been given the IBEC rules, laws, standards, requirements, jobs. Which time do you have to go and deliver the votes? Or are you telling that you're taking Kenyans for a ride? Hey, it's already only 7 o'clock and happened to Tuko.
Room. The only way to